There was one time Owd Grandad Piggott come down Stoke with us. We used to go down every home match years ago. There was me, Daft Sam Thorley, Ecke, Big Bopper, Nostrils Moffat, Totty, Lip Buster Grattan. There was about 10 on us used to go down. Of course, we'd all meet up in Tommy Dawkins' pub at dinner time, get some ale down us, then go down Boothen End. This particular day, Stoke-on-Trent derby, and Owd Grandad Piggott is at the Louse End. So Lip Buster Grattan says, come down Stoke with us. I says, I'll tap thee down on the back of my bike. Well, it's just to say Owd Grandad Piggott in a crash helmet. Remember them Owd Dan Dare comics? The Mekon? Remember the Mekon, that bloody thing with no ears and a big grain head? I look spit image on it in Big Gullickson's crash helmet. And he goes down there, and where you stand about halfway down back at Boothen End. And of course, Owd Grandad wasn't very big. And I started chuncing and cussing because I couldn't say. I says, this isn't the place for they, the host. I says, out pensioners go over in stands. If Stoke score, they can get carried down these next 5 steps. I'm stopping here, I says. If anybody jostles me, I'll jostle them back. Well, anyhow, trouble started just after half time. There was about 50 Derby supporters back at the goal, and Stoke had just equalised. Of course, there's this ruddy Greek surge forward, and Owd Grandad starts cussing, and our lot started taunting these Derby supporters. Well, everything seemed to happen at once then. This fight broke out just below us, and there was about 2 dozen on them who'd worked the road backwards, and they were about 10 yards away. Owd Grandad Piggott shouts, come on the Reds, and a beer bottle at him side of the chops. Well, next minute, hell was let loose. Our lot went fighting like hell with these Derby supporters. And this big un come for me, big curly hairs youth he was, with a face like a welder's bench. He took a swing at me, and it looked like a bunch of bananas coming with a black and white scarf tied around it. I ducked, his fist carried on and sent Owd Grandad Piggott into the middle of the following wick. It was a great clock winder, I tell thee. It was a good job as the old top had got a solid head. I went behind our collar stood out with barrier, I did. And next thing I knew, I was on the floor and there was 3 on them atop on me. Well, there was blood, sweat, tears, oggy, and I silver lining doing there was. And all of a sudden, somebody had got me back of the neck, yanked me to me feet, and it was a bobby. Bump, bang, crash, down these steps I went, and we were all dragged out and lined up again this woe. They got about 8 or dozen or so of these Derby supporters, bundling them in this van. Then, just as they were tacking his names and addresses, SOS from back of the goal. This inspector says, get down there quick. I says, an old bloke. He's taken his braces off and tied a crash helmet to him. I says, and he's swinging it round his head like a bloody great shillelagh. He's going through them Derby supporters like a threshing machine. Get in there, he says. Well, they forgot all about us then. Of course, we got over this woe and we went across the car park and we went hell for leather up Wealdon Road then. We got a wee say. I took 12 on him pacify Owd Grandad Piggott. I didn't attack much find him. I got 10 yards of space on both sides on him. Come here and fight, he says. Woom, woom, this crash helmet was going. If ever it had hit anybody, it would have killed him. All of a sudden, things come to a sudden end. His trousers fell down. His legs tied themselves in a knot, and I stopped swinging, but the crash helmet kept going. And his braces pinned his arms to his sides, say. Well, all they had to do, they had to just give a quick pull on his shirt flap and carry him out to the ground, oven ready and cussing like a navvy. I've never been down Stoke from that day to this. I got fined 25 quid. It was a lot of money that was in them days, I tell thee. Disorderly conduct, breach of the peace, bad language, there's about 12 charges altogether. But they reckon folks' memories are short, they nost. But they notice. They ain't many go down when Stoke play Derby.